The Education Secretary updated the nation on the government's plan to see all children back in school from March 8 as part of Boris Johnson's roadmap to exiting lockdown. Here's what we know. What time was Gavin Williamson's announcement? Education Secretary Gavin Williamson held a Downing Street press conference today, Wednesday, February 24, 2021. Mr. Williamson addressed the plan of action for kids returning to school, after Boris Johnson announced all children will return to class from March 8. The Education Secretary was joined by Deputy Chief Medical Officer Dr Jenny Harries at the latest briefing. Mr. Williamson began by thanking teachers, support staff and parents for their hard work during the past year before thanking young people for their patience. And what did he say about the risk of children going back to school? Gavin Williamson revealed at tonight's press conference that 2 million people have now had the COVID vaccine across the UK as the rollout continues to go from strength to strength. He also insisted tonight that lockdown easing won't be sped up despite demands from Tory MPs. The Education Secretary outlined again a plan to get kids back into school, with plans for kids to wear masks in the classroom, and to have tests twice a week from now. And he will confirm plans for kids to get their grades from their teachers this year tomorrow. Mr. Williamson said children will face an incredibly low risk from COVID when they return to school. The Education Secretary confirmed rules including mask wearing in classrooms and staggered starts and finishes to the day will be put in place. Speaking at a Number 10 press conference, he insisted everything is strongly in favor of children going. He said, "The scientific advice does support a full return for schools on the 8th of March. The risk to children is incredibly low from going to school and from catching COVID. We are supporting this return with a robust testing regime that will be critical in breaking the chains of COVID. We're now advising face coverings should be worn in secondary school classrooms as well as in further and higher education settings unless social distancing can be made. This is to help reduce transmission. The risk to children themselves is incredible. This is a temporary measure to support the safe return of schools and will be placed until Easter when it's reviewed." What did he say about exams? Gavin Williamson said that exams will be scrapped this year with a grading system to be confirmed tomorrow. The Education Secretary said this afternoon that trust would be firmly put in the hands of teachers as the COVID lockdown is lifted over the coming. Speaking at the press conference this afternoon, Mr. Williamson said, "Tomorrow, we'll be setting out the details on how grades will be awarded. While I cannot preempt that announcement, I'm very pleased to say it will confirm this year we are putting our trust firmly in the." What did Gavin Williamson say earlier? Earlier on Wednesday morning, Mr. Williamson hinted schools could lengthen the day or shorten the summer break to give disadvantaged kids more time to catch up on learning lost. The Education Secretary said he is looking at the whole expanse of what we can do in terms of helping children have extra teaching time over fears millions will be left. The Education Secretary repeatedly refused to rule out measures like schools extending their day or returning during the summer holidays to make up for lost time. His remarks came as the government today unveiled a £700 million catch-up fund for the kids who have missed out the most while classroom. Boris Johnson declared, "When schools reopen on 8th of March, I want to make sure no child is left behind as a result of the learning they have lost over the." Under new plans, teachers will be asked to cut short holidays to help secondary kids with face-to-face lessons before the new school year starts in September. Ministers want Year 7 pupils to get first dibs on classes, but say they will leave it up to head teachers to pick who should get priority. How can I watch it? You can watch the conference from 5 p.m. through viewers will be able to watch the presser on the Sun's official YouTube. In addition, our live coronavirus and politics blogs will also provide updates and reports on what is said during the briefing.